I thought I'd record a vlog about how I go around planning my Disneyland Paris holiday and also the journals, diaries that I take with me. So these I use for pre-planning, anything I want to do, etc., and for when I'm there. So I'll show you into that. This one here I used when I first went back to Disneyland Paris after 9 years away. So that was 2016, and I went for my 40th birthday. Then last year I went for the 25th anniversary, so I also did one then. And this year I've got a Rapunzel one for my planning for this November. So I hope everyone's different. I know you probably do a lot more planning when you go to Florida than you do to Disneyland Paris. But I like to have a rough idea of what we want to do. So I'll go over just quickly how I plan it, more for the current year, but just to show you what I did on the previous years as well. I'll just show you briefly the 2016 one that I had, which I had, as you can see, a mini one. It was quite good. I did like this because you had like little post-it notes, plastic wallet which I kept all our tickets in, and then I would just write down my notes, and I've decorated it with different stickers on each place. So as I said, I just put down my pre-travel notes, my pre-travel journal, guide, and my journal whilst there, and then sort of any notes and memories and things like that. So as I went through, I wrote down things like where we stayed and what we planned, what characters you can do. I also told about the parade, and at that time it was Magic Everywhere, so we had the words for Magic Everywhere, so we were, it was the first time we experienced that. About Buffalo Bills, about what places you can do, etc. So really, for 2016, because we hadn't been for a while, it was a lot more in depth. And as you can see, I decorated it with all different stickers. And then, of course, at the back, I had the journal of what I actually did on those days. And then I kept all the park maps, etc. So that was the 2016. For 2017, we went with our friends, so I made my friend the same sort of book, and at that time, I don't know why, didn't do a Disney book, but I got this one. It just says, Let Your Mind Wander. So it's very similar to the 2016 one. Again, when I do these, I decorate it myself because it's something I keep, something I look over. Again, just sort of what I want to do within the journal itself. And again, I decorate every page, you know, with different stickers and things. So again, it was about our flights, our accommodation, who was going, you know, what we pre-booked, for example, a bit about our hotel. So again, all the same. And of course, last year it was the Disneyland 25. So it's 25 years of Disneyland Paris. So it's a lot of new things that we had. I wanted to put it in for my friends as well. So just put all the different things. So of course there was Magic on Parade, went to Disney Stars on Parade. Thunder Mountain, for example, and starters were sort of refurbished. A little bit about all the new things. I always put like the opening times, etc. So it's very similar to the other one. And as you can see, I do decorate it with the stickers, etc. Things we wanted to do on a wish list with my favourite characters. So yes, I did that. So as I say, just very similar to the 2016. We also did a rough planned itinerary, so we knew roughly what parks we were going to, roughly what we wanted to get up to. Packing checklist, as I think everybody does for Hanlon's suitcase, and then it was a journal. So basically then just started off with the journal. So again, that one there was for the 25th for 2017. And we're going back to Disneyland Paris in November for the Christmas season. And when I saw this earlier on in the year, I knew I just had to get it. And I love the little page marker, which is of course Pascal. So I'll show you a little bit about this year's one. So inside, this time I've just popped in with the stickers, Disneyland Paris 2018. Started off with some Rapunzel stickers, but as going through, as normal, I have totally put in lots of different Disney stickers. So again, my pre-travel journal just really tells me what I want to do. Of course, everyone's different, but like details of my travel, info on the hotels, what we'd like to do, etc, etc. So that's sort of the first page as you go in. So I have a little bit about our hotel. And this year we're staying at Cheyenne again in the Texas standard room, which is a Toy Story theme. So we stayed there for the 25th anniversary last April and loved it. And to be honest, I've stayed there previously and really, really enjoy the Cheyenne. So we're going there again. I'll insert some photos of the Toy Story rooms just now. Always put down the opening times of both the parks. At the moment, because it's November, not quite got the closing times yet, what sort of times the parades are, and again, hopefully the Christmas parade will be on a couple of times a day, so I can pop the times in when I know. And of course we've got the illuminations as well, so that's sort of the opening times. The past couple of times I've been to Disneyland Paris, I haven't vlogged. I am aiming to vlog this year in November, especially because it's a Christmas season. But again, like the other couple of journals I have, I always put down a bit about the parks. And yes, I know I've been before, but it just makes the journal right in the way that I've got all the information. So it's all a little bit about the park, the main park first of all. Each land, what there is to see and do, places to eat. So I've got that for them. Again, with all my stickers there. Then, of course, we've got the Walt Disney Studios. So again, I've got a little bit about that. This is new for me this year, where I wanted to write down a tick list. Because sometimes when you're either writing a journal or you're keeping notes of what you've done, where you've been, and the characters you meet, sometimes all the days can merge into one because you're fitting so much in each day. So what I've decided to do is write down the rides that we'd like to go and see. Phantom Manor, unfortunately, I'm going to have to put closed in there now because it's going to be closed until next year. So at least I can put in the date that we've been on the rides. And also just to keep us, you know, knowing exactly what we've still got left to do. So at the end of each night, I'll think, oh, we haven't been there or we haven't been there. And we can then do that on the next day that we're in the parks. It just means that we've things that we want to see and do, we've done. And I've done the same thing with the nighttime parades and shows. And again, I'm just waiting for a lot of the Christmassy shows to come in so I can put that in there. Again, with same with character meets, so you can forget where you've met them, who you've met. So again, I've put that in there with regards to character meets with a couple of pages there. So I hope to meet a few. And then I put a little bit in about the Disney Village. So again, about the different places you can eat, if they're table or counter service, for example. Also a little bit about the shops that's in the Disney Village, so we can go and see. And then I've put down particular places that we would like to eat. So we have a couple pre-booked, which we've got the Buffalo Bills show for our first night, and then the character breakfast at Plaza Gardens for the Thursday before we leave. So we're going Monday to Friday this year. So I've got a couple of things booked in already, but these are other places we would personally like to eat with regards to that. Again, another little things I'd like to do, wish list for our trip. So for example, I'd like to get a new autograph book because my last one is finished. What character meets? Never met the princesses in the Princess Pavilion because the queues have always been far too long. So hopefully this trip we might be able to. Things like using our early magic hours as much as possible. Really want to go on Big Thunder Mountain daily if possible. And at different time, you know, go and ride at different times. Especially in the evening, you get a different perspective. I've also pre-booked the character breakfast. Making the Magician, again, that's something I think that's actually now finished for the Christmas season. Unfortunately, definitely want to go into the Disneyland Paris Hotel because we've always missed the gingerbread house at Christmas. We've never been up in the Panamagique balloon, if that's how you say it, so I'd like to see if we can do that. I get lots of different photos of all the different lands, especially the buildings, just the theming. And then, of course, you've got your Christmas parades and shows. And at the bottom, I put glutinis because I do like my glutinis. My husband, he has the beer, and I like my glutinis. So that's things that I would always like to do as well. with regards to it. And of course, any details on our pre-booked restaurants that we've got for our trip there. And then I always write down ideas of merchandise I'd maybe like to get, because I think we may all do it. We watch vlogs of people who've already been, what they've bought, gives us some ideas. So I've put a few things down on there, and then I'll write my gift list of people I'd like to buy for possible ideas when I'm actually there. Park bag essentials. So again, like your autograph book, Disney ears. I think I've got 4 sets of ears. I'll insert them here. So that's the ears I'm going to be taking in my park bag, and then all the other sort of bits and pieces that are the priorities. Other things, of course, I'll fit in there as well. I think we all have a list of maybe our hand luggage, what we're looking to pack, to remind ourselves. And of course, our suitcase, what we want in our suitcase. And then what I've done again, because of my OCD and I like to know what I'm doing in each park or what day I'm doing parks, I've done a rough itinerary. So I've done a rough itinerary for our trip. So as I say, we're going from the Monday the 12th of November. So I've put down what we'd like to do there. The Tuesday, 13th. So that goes on for a few pages. The Wednesday. And the Thursday. And unfortunately we go home on the Friday. So we won't have too much time, but hopefully a couple of hours left in the parks on the Friday morning. Then in my journal, after previous pages, is empty pages, apart from the stickers. So what I do in here is I write down an actual journal when I'm there. So every evening I write down things that we've done, seen. Really, I just keep a diary of everything, especially in a Disney. So I have lots and lots of spare pages. I have overloaded it with stickers, but there is spaces that I can still put in. So this will be all for my journal, and I've got pages and pages that I can write everything that we get up to with regards to being in the parks. As I said earlier, for Florida, you can plan a lot more than Disneyland Paris because you can do your fast passes, a lot more dining reservations. You can do a lot more. So as you've seen throughout my vlog on my journals, I just try and do as much as I can before we go for Disneyland Paris. But at the back, I've just got a brief oversight of what we're planning to do on the Monday with regards to what we're thinking of, breakfasts, lunches, dinners, so anything we've pre-booked or places that we'd like to eat for each individual day. Only one sad face, and that's when we have to come home on the Friday. So again, it's just a brief view. If I need a little glimpse of what we've thought of or what we would like to do that day, it's just at the back of the journal. So that's everything that I can pre-plan at the moment for the November trip in 2018. As I say, I'm hoping to vlog that series because I've never vlogged Disneyland Paris before, so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get that so I can put some vlogs up for the Christmas season and have all the new parades, any new shows, etc. You can watch this space. It's not that long now, only 10 weeks to go. That's it for my vlog today. I hope you've liked it. Just a little bit of insight of how I plan. Everyone, as I say, is different. Please give it a like if you liked it. Please subscribe. Thanks very much for watching today and listening to my ramblings. So thank you very much.